Hey guys, welcome back to CoralJoyTravel. In today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you restricted items at the Disney parks. So if you want to go to Disney, or you've never been to Disney, or you just want to know what's restricted, stay tuned and I'll tell you all about it. These items are not allowed. First item that you cannot bring into any Disney park is a selfie stick. Selfie sticks, you love having those pictures taken of you, it's so easy, but they will be confiscated. Do not bring in a selfie stick to your Walt Disney World or Disneyland or any Disney park adventure because it will not be going into the parks with you. The second item you cannot bring is a folding chair. Yes, folding chairs could be really handy and useful, especially when you're trying to secure some space for a parade or the fireworks, but they won't let you bring it into the park, so just leave that at home. Don't worry about packing it. It won't serve you any purpose. Number 3, you cannot bring any glass items, any glass containers into the theme parks, with the exception of baby jar foods and perfume bottles. Those two things are allowed, but everything else is not allowed. Number 4, you may not bring a pet into a Disney park unless it's a service animal. If you have a service animal, a dog, you can bring that with you into the parks, but only if it's a service animal. All other parks, all other animals, just leave them home. But you also can know that Disney has a doggy daycare on property, so you can bring your pet there if you have one with you when you are vacationing. But they just can't go into the parks with you, even if they're a lap dog. I mean, they're darn cute, but they won't let you bring them in, so just leave them at the doggy daycare. You'll be good, and they'll be happy to see you when you come back. Number 5, you cannot bring alcohol into the parks. Now, some of you might think, obviously, that's a no-brainer, but, some of you may not know this. You cannot bring it in. If you try to bring alcohol in, it will be confiscated. If you need alcohol, they do serve alcohol at 3 of the theme parks in Walt Disney World. They do not serve it. They do not serve it in Magic Kingdom. That park is dry, but you can get alcohol in some of the other parks in Walt Disney World. Number 6, you cannot bring a megaphone. Can you imagine? I mean, to me, that's so funny, but they actually had to make it a rule, and you cannot bring a megaphone. So somebody tried to bring a megaphone with them into the parks, and Disney eventually said, yeah, no, that's not something we want to have in the parks. Might be handy if you have a young child who, gets lost. Hey, Andy, come back! And, you can rascal them in. But yeah, no, don't bring megaphones with you into the parks, okay? Just leave those at home. They're really bulky, cumbersome. You just don't need them. Is that 6 or 7? I think it's 7. Number 7, you cannot bring shoes with wheels in them. Wheelie shoes, some little kiddos have these, younger children have these, maybe adults do, I have no idea, but you cannot bring them into the parks. If they see you wearing those shoes in the parks, they will say you need a new pair of shoes. So, know this in advance. If your child has those shoes, don't have them wear them into the parks. You might need to buy a pair of flip-flops in the parks if you do wear those. So, save your money, save your time. Don't bring those. Number 8, you cannot bring any real weapons or items that look like real weapons into the parks. You cannot bring squirt guns, toy blasters. You cannot bring handcuffs. Okay, that's actually one of the things you cannot bring. So don't bring handcuffs, don't bring duct tape. That doesn't look really good for you. Just leave those at home. You can bring lightsabers. Lightsabers are okay. Those are safe enough, but honestly, anything that looks like a gun needs to be left at home. You cannot bring those into the parks. This is an interesting no-no, but you cannot bring any remote control toys into the parks. Now imagine one of the Disney parks, there's a lot of people, there's a lot of feet, and then Here's Andy. I don't know why I keep picking on poor Andy. Here's Andy with his remote control car, and he's zooming around Main Street, USA, and he's making people trip. Yeah, I guess that's probably what happened. Don't bring remote control cars into the parks. Save that for home. When you come back from your vacation, play with those, but they are not allowed into the parks. All right, another restricted item is a suitcase or a cooler with wheels that is larger than 24 inches. You cannot bring those into the parks. Now, if you have a cooler because you need to have medicine cold and it's bigger than that, you can go to guest services and rent a locker. You'll be fine, but you cannot bring just a cooler filled with food that if it's bigger than 24 inches. Just know that. No wheelie items. That's a no-no. They don't like that. Along the same lines with these wheels, no skateboards, no inline skates. These are not allowed in any of the Disney parks, nor, I stopped numbering. I don't know where I am. So we're beyond 7 or 8 or 9. Sorry guys, we'll have to count back and then I can edit and put the numbers in and whatever. You don't mind, you just want to hear the information. Another thing you cannot bring, and this is really would affect maybe parents with young children, you cannot bring one of those red wagons. Nothing that you pull behind and keep those kiddos in. That's not allowed in the parks. You can bring strollers, obviously, up to a certain size. Strollers that are really, really big. Now, double strollers are still fine, but extra wide, I don't know if there's triple strollers. I'm not sure if they go this way. There's a certain dimension, and I will put that in the information here so you see it, but there's a certain width that there is a limit to, so if you get too extreme, Disney will say, sorry, you cannot bring that with you into the parks, it's just too big. But like I said, double strollers, even side-by-side double strollers, you'll see them all through the parks. You are restricted from bringing a balloon into Animal Kingdom, and this is for the safety of the children. The children. That's not really for the safety of the children, it's for the safety of the animals, not the children. Disney is known for their beautiful big balloons. A lot of people purchase them with the Mickey heads or could just be of a character. A lot of people buy these amazing balloons, and actually if you do buy them, you can deflate them or bring them home and then re-inflate them if you want to. But you are not allowed to bring these into Animal Kingdom. You can bring them into Magic Kingdom, Epcot, Hollywood Studios, tie them to your stroller, but you can't bring them into Animal Kingdom. So just know that in advance, again, for the safety of the animals. And Animal Kingdom is also, just a side note, Animal Kingdom is a theme park that does not have plastic straws. Again, for the safety of the animals, they only have paper straws there. The other parks still currently have plastic straws, but maybe, you know, let's be earth friendly. The other parks will kind of join in and start doing the paper straws as well. But just a side note about that, just because Animal Kingdom really does think about the safety of the animals there. Last but not least, I know you were waiting for this answer because in the title, it's kind of like leaving you wondering, can you bring a drone into one of the theme parks at a Disney resort? No. Sad day, right? That would be really cool. That would be really, really cool. Yeah, drones are not allowed. Unfortunately, I think that's, I mean, it makes sense, right? My husband has a drone. He flies it around. It's pretty remarkable, the footage you can get from a drone. And it would make some incredible videos and incredible photographs, you know, looking down at Sleeping Beauty Castle or you know, Cinderella Castle, etc. But it's not allowed. So leave your drones at home, even the small drones. Don't try to bring it in with you. If you get caught, which you will, you'll get kicked out probably. You don't want to be that person. So, you know, leave your drones at home. Save it for another day, but just know that. Oh, there's one last one I forgot to mention. A wrapped present. You are restricted from bringing a wrapped present. Say you're going to meet someone at, you know, Walt Disney World and Magic Kingdom and you haven't seen them and it's their birthday and you have a present for them and you're so excited and it's wrapped so pretty. When you go through security, they will have you unwrap it. Sad day. If you have a present for a friend, leave it in a gift bag. Put some tissue paper in there so, you know, you can still bring them a gift that's wrapped, but you won't have to unwrap it if it's all pretty with wrapping paper. So just know, no wrapped presents are allowed. The security men and women need to see what is going into the theme parks. This is for all of our safety, so people don't get hurt unnecessarily, right? We don't need that. So that's just for you to know. Yeah, because giving gifts in the parks is pretty darn fun. Guys, I hope this information was helpful for you. If it was, please give this video a thumbs up. And if you are new here, please consider subscribing to CoralJoyTravel. We have tons of fun here, and we share all sorts of Disney information to help you or your friends and your family on their next Disney vacation. In a future video, I will be doing a video on not restricted items, but items I would suggest you bring into the theme park, let's say in a backpack. I'm going to be doing that probably in the next week or two, so stay tuned for that. And I have other videos planned in the near future, so stay tuned for more videos. And again, if you are a subscriber, make sure you do have that bell notification button clicked so you are notified of when I do share a new Disney video. Guys, have a wonderful week. I will see you in the next Disney video. Take care and be well. CoralJoyTravel, a touch of magic, sharing joy. Bye, guys.